What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Wombo Combo Show. My name's Ben Kepler.
What up? I'm Ben Uconis. I just woke up from a nap.
Old sleepy boy over here. Hey, you made it in time, though.
I did. I made it just in time.
Get the boogers out of your eyes. Wake up, brother. We're going to talk some football here. We had a lot going on. Ben said, fill me in, bro. I've been sleeping.
Right.
There has been some things that happened over the last couple days. We'll briefly touch on those. Then there are some late breaking things that just got announced today. One, before I forget about it, just because I want to say his name, Osa Odigizua for the Dallas Cowboys reached an $80 million extension a couple hours ago. I just wanted to say Osa Odigizua because it's fun to say.
Glad you're the one trying to say that name. But no, I saw that earlier.
Yeah, so he got a deal today, an extension. Dallas Cowboys, pretty much from what I've heard, are going to let all their free agents walk. They're going to clean house. So we'll see how the rest of the Dallas. We don't talk Dallas Cowboys very often. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. We really don't. We'll have to see how this plays out for them and how they're going to change things up. Other news, a little bit older news. Darius Slay was cut by the Eagles. Everyone is predicting that somehow he ends up on the Steelers because he announced himself that he would like to end his career playing for Mike Tomlin. Thoughts? I don't want him. He's like so leaky and old. Like,
no, I don't want. It's not like a Joe Hayden where we're catching him at the end of his prime. He's already out of his prime. Yeah. So
I could see him as
we
maybe
already have holes.
Oh yeah,
at corner.
Yeah, we don't need to fill it with a hole.
Yeah, we don't need Darius Slay. He's not going to help us.
Yeah, I'm not interested in him personally. Other Eagles news. I kind of wanted to dig real deep on this one because this has a lot of implications across the league. Maybe you might have been sleeping for this one. Happened this morning. Saquon Barkley got a extension.
Oh yeah,
$41.2 million.
Yeah.
Crazy fact about that, Ben, that I wanted to add was the fact that he got signed this league year and also got extended in the same league year because we haven't flipped over to the new year yet.
Yeah, no, but I mean, he earned every penny of that.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, he was the best running back in the league last season.
I agree with you 100%. What I wanted to talk to you about is this. With that being done, do you not feel that now the rest of the league has been put on notice that crap, I'm going to have to pay my running back?
Yeah.
Like
I think if you want a good one to stay around.
I really think that the Eagles just flipped the running back market. Like they already had with signing Saquon and with the Ravens signing Derrick Henry last year to those decent size, like $8 to $12 million contracts. But now with this massive extension, dude, he's making like $20 million a year somewhere in there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you only give that type of money to running backs if they're a top-tier guy, like a Saquon Barkley, like Derrick Henry, a Christian McCaffrey.
What about Bijan? Would you give Bijan that kind of money? Like when his contract comes up with the Falcons? Or you've got Najee. No, I'm not saying Najee Harris is that level, but does Najee Harris now get more money in his contract wherever he goes? Doesn't look like it's going to be the Steelers.
Someone's going to overpay for Najee Harris.
I think it's going to be the Raiders.
Yeah, someone's going to overpay for Najee Harris.
I sure think it's the Raiders.
But for Bijan, I could see him getting a big deal. It depends on what he does this year.
Okay.
So,
but do you think?
I mean, he's played great.
Let me kind of break it up into a little bit like a tier level for you. And I'm not going to name everybody, so chat, don't go crazy if I don't mention your guy. But let's just say that like the Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley level guys, those are now $20 million a year running backs. But let's say in the next tier down, I'll go with like we just said, like a Bijan or a Gibbs. Are those guys now $17 million guys a year?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, then that puts
Gibbs could work himself into
the next tier.
The next tier. James Cook is also in that tier below. I love James Cook.
Okay, that's a good name to call.
In Buffalo.
Yeah. So then does that make someone like Najee Harris worth $10 million a year though?
JT
like that's what I'm thinking. Oh, JT's okay. Yeah, absolutely. Red in chat. You're absolutely right.
Yeah,
JT is also in that top level. Not with Saquon.
I don't put him up in that top level.
You don't put him up there with Gibbs.
He's in the same tier with Gibbs. Well, he's in the same tier right now with like Gibbs and James Cook.
I agree with
tier
you.
Tier two section for me.
Yeah, because he's real good. I took him in the first round of the fantasy draft, and everyone was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Watch, JT's gonna be my star."
So his thing is health.
His thing is health, and then also any carries after 25.
Yeah.
He literally played at the last game of the season. He had 33 carries. The last 8 carries, he accumulated like 6 yards. It was like, okay, he's clearly done, guys.
Yeah.
Like,
well, they don't have a change of pace guy up
no,
over there in Indianapolis.
and this is Trey Sermon.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I kind of feel about what happened with that whole Saquon Barkley deal. Is that is now manipulated the league. It's transformed that whole marketplace when it comes to running backs. I think everyone's going to be paying a little more. For instance, us at home, we talked about Najee a little bit, but the guy we're actually going to bring back, Jalen Warren, most likely at least we want him to come back. We don't know that yet. But I was kind of thinking he's a $5 million a year guy. Now maybe he's an $8 million a year guy. Like literally, I think there might be that much of a flux. Do you agree that he was a $5 million a year guy?
For Warren?
Yeah.
$5 million sounds about right.
Right, because he was only making like 2 before.
Yeah.
So that's a double his pay.
And he's never been like an every down back yet.
And he won't be.
So, yeah, and he probably won't be.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would do like a couple of years. At $5 million.
You think 5 before the Saquon Barkley deal was like the correct market value for him?
Yeah, because Barkley earned that deal.
Right.
Like, he ran for over 2,000 yards and had how many touchdowns and whatnot. I don't know the exact number, but
I don't remember
off the top of my head.
But it's a lot. He had over 2,000 yards. That's all that really matters.
He had I think it was 16 touchdowns.
16?
Yeah.
Okay.
16 or 17.
But yeah, so when we're looking at free agency, which will be coming up in the short term here now, I think that we're going to see running backs, like you said, Najee Harris being overpaid. We're going to see a lot of that. Now, that's not us saying that Saquon was overpaid. I agree. He should have gotten every dollar that he received.
Yeah, he earned that.
Other news that I kind of want to talk about, there was another trade this morning. Rams fans probably happy about this trade. Jonah Jackson, he's an interior offensive lineman. He plays guard. He plays center. He was good. He's not any good anymore. He seems to have regressed a good bit, guys. He's been traded away. He went to the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
He's going to be recycled on the Chicago Bears. Now, that was only for a 6th-round pick, so not really, selling that much to get that player over. It's a veteran presence, maybe under a new offensive coordinator, a new scheme. He works out.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really great under the Rams. For him. Yeah. I've been on a couple Rams podcasts where they are literally like, dude, this is our least favorite player ever. And I'm like, dang, yeah. It's like us and Dan Moore.
I didn't know he was that much of a problem.
Yeah, apparently they really think he's leaky in the pass game.
The Rams had a decent year last season. So.
Right. Well, when you have all-star players like the Rams do, you can make blemishes hidden a little bit.
Yeah, Sean McVay's good at hiding blemishes in that offense.
Other trades that came up. Now, this one was either yesterday or the day before, but Deebo Samuel.
Yeah. We broke that on Saturday.
Yeah, we broke that the moment it happened as well. That was we were fast with it. We were here in studio. That trade was again basically for nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Commanders only gave up a 5th-round pick for Deebo.
Now, they'll probably restructure his deal. He's owed $22 million.
Yeah, it's a terrible contract.
Yeah, so.
And the Commanders took all of it.
Exactly.
The Niners are not retaining any of that salary.
That's why it was such a high pick, like a 5th-round pick because of that. Yeah.
So apparently, the Niners are willing to trade anybody because of their cap situation.
That's exactly right. So I kind of wanted to bring that was I was going to use Deebo to bring us into our next topic here, Ben. Something I wanted to talk to you about the wide receivers who are available because. Just 2-3 hours ago, our boy Davante Adams was cut by the Jets officially. So the wide receiver market has such big names in it right now.
Yes, it does.
Older, I understand, but for guys like you and me, they're the guys who are our age, basically, who are fairly good still.
Right.
So I want to know from your opinion, who do you think is the best available? And chat, let us know what you think too. Who is the best available guy out there? I'm just going to name a couple.
Yeah.
So you've got,
you don't have to. It's Davante Adams.
You think it's Davante's the best one out there?
That's available right now?
Yeah, because T. Higgins is off the market.
Yeah, T. Higgins off the market. Cooper Kupp is still technically on the Rams.
On a team.
And then
Amari Cooper.
They
got De'Ami Brown.
D-Hop's going to be a free agent as well.
There's a good bit of them.
But
No,
it's Davante Adams.
even now, let me ask you: is that like if you were to pick through even the tradable guys? Now that would be, in my opinion, Cooper Kupp and Ayuk. We'll just say is our two people, and maybe also DK Metcalf.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so those three guys who may also be available through trade. Do you still think for a team it would be smarter to go after a Davante Adams than to trade a draft pick for one of those three players I mentioned?
I would rather trade for DK Metcalf than sign
Davante
Adams if I could. If I couldn't get Metcalf off the Seahawks, then Davante Adams would be my number one target.
Your 1B option. Okay.
Yeah.
Chat, let us know what you think. Skoog, thanks for the whatever those are. They're really cool, whatever they are. Team bracelets. Thanks for the team bracelets, Skoog. We appreciate it. But yeah, I think personally for me, if I had to pick one of the available wide receivers who's out there, if Brandon Ayuk hadn't gotten hurt over the last season, I probably would take him just because Davante's a little older. However, I think Davante is great. I think that he needs to go to a team that will absolutely go to the playoffs this year. There is no like ifs, ands, or buts. He can't go play for the Patriots and hope that Drake May balls out. Like he can't do something like that.
He might though.
He could, but I don't think. I for me personally, I don't think. I think his best fit would be to just go back to the Green Bay Packers.
Ooh, that would be interesting.
For sure.
If he went back there.
Isn't that a hot take? If he goes back to the Green Bay Packers, then Green Bay, who has been involved in, and it's leaked, that they were potentially going to trade maybe a second or third round pick along with Dontravius Wicks and Romeo Dubes for DK. So it was either one of those two wide receiver. Okay. And then a second or third round pick, depending on which wide receiver was going.
Yeah.
And then they get DK Metcalf in return. So would you so given that situation, because you just said a moment ago you probably take DK over Davante, would you rather
just keep age?
Yeah, would you rather keep Romeo Dubes and Wicks and then just sign Davante Adams, or would you still make that trade and just let Davante go somewhere else, given the Packers situation?
I don't necessarily love Romeo Dobbs.
Yeah, he played a lot better after his fit.
He did play a lot better. I don't necessarily love him though. I don't necessarily love any.
They're all
current Packer wide receivers.
They're all good, but not great. Like, they all have one thing about them that is very good. For instance, Dubes, good catcher in the red zone. Christian Watson, very good on a deep threat. Yes. And then you've got Jaden Reed, who can't catch a ball, but if you hand it off to him, he might get 60 yards.
Yeah,
so. And then Wicks just drops footballs. Let's be honest. See, I watched him drop so many footballs. So, I mean, it really just they don't have one guy who's complete.
Well, yeah, no.
I don't think DK is complete, in my opinion.
But he would be the best receiver they have.
He would be the best receiver. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
So would Davante Adams.
Right. Either one would be.
It's just, is Davante Adams going to want a pretty penny?
I think that
I don't know how much he's going to want. I don't know how much he's going to demand in free agency as well. I would still get him if I could.
I would say that I think that he's going to take a team-friendly deal to go to a good team. Yeah. That would be my personal opinion on it. I hope that he doesn't go to a team like the Chiefs. I hope that that's not a viable option. We'll be probably taking a look at their salary cap and everything in our 32 for 32 series. So make sure you guys check those out. Going through right now, we're on NFC North, and we'll be moving into the AFC South next. So that'll be pretty awesome. So make sure you check those out. They're on YouTube and TikTok here. So make sure you check those out. Other news that I want to talk to you about, Ben, was Sam Darnold. I don't know if you've seen, but they announced today Sam Darnold will not be tagged. So what the deal is the Minnesota Vikings announced that not only are they not tagging him, but they are going to try to re-sign him to a multi-year deal to keep him on the team.
They're going to try and re-sign him.
Yeah. To a multi-year deal. He is the bridge quarterback for whenever McCarthy is ready to be the starter. And they are not sure that McCarthy is ready to be the starter tomorrow because he didn't get to play at all.
Yeah, I understand that.
It makes sense.
I understand that.
Right? When you word it like that, it makes sense. Yeah. Because, like, the kids can't just jump. You're not going to expect this J.J. McCarthy. I don't care if he won the national championship 2 years ago. He's been injured. It was knee. I think it's his knee. He got
McCarthy?
He got his knee scoped or something. Yeah. But anyways, You can't expect him to just walk in and play with players like Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and they're just going to be amazing off the rip.
I Sam
just
Darnold
don't.
did.
Yeah, but Sam Darnold is a veteran quarterback who played with the 49ers at least, which was his only good team, the season before. You know what I mean? So he got some experience playing with good players, right? You know what I mean? Fair to good players. Christian McCaffrey and friends. But, I think it's probably the best move, but I think it's kind of risky for the Vikings to do that. Because now they're going to have to let him walk into everyone's room. He's going to be out there. Now they can try to sign him to a multi-year deal before the, signing dates happen. The open signing dates happen. But why would you if you're Sam Darnold?
Yeah.
You know? You could get a big deal somewhere else again just after you did it in the 49ers.
I'm going to say he's a Raider.
You think he's a Raider?
Hot take. He's going to be a Raider.
Yeah. I if I was to break down where we got...
Raiders always make bad choices at quarterback.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Here's another crazy thing that I wanted to mention about that. Isn't it wild that Sam Darnold is the most sought-after quarterback in free agency in the year 2025 when you have guys like Kirk Cousins and you have guys like Aaron Rodgers? I know they're old and they're not good, but just like if you were to tell me 7 years ago, like, yeah, everyone's going to be going after Sam Darnold and Aaron Rodgers is going to be an afterthought, but they'll both be available. Like, you're lying. There's no way.
Well, that was 7 years ago, and 7 years ago wasn't Aaron Rodgers was winning back-to-back MVPs.
He was, and Sam Darnold was seeing ghosts.
Yeah. so there's a huge difference there.
I get it, but like if you were to tell me that, I would be like, you're crazy. But yeah, so there are a lot of quarterbacks who are available. Let me just kind of run by a couple with you, Ben, here today. And after we've gotten some combine news and some teams have kind of shown their paths, which way they're going to be going in free agency and in the draft a little bit. Sam Darnold, you think Raiders?
Yes.
Okay. What about someone like Aaron Rodgers? Where do you see him ending up?
Vikings.
You think he goes to the Vikings?
Yeah.
Okay. Where does Daniel Jones end up?
Hopefully the USFL or UFL.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. What about the Jets?
Because I don't know where Daniel Jones is hard because he's so bad, and I don't understand why teams would have interest in him.
Well, because he's a veteran quarterback. He did take a team to the playoffs before.
Terrible.
He took a team to the playoffs before.
So bad though.
I understand, but the Jets, your only quarterback on the roster is who, Ben? Tyrod Taylor. So I mean,
I like a little bit more than Daniel.
Actually,
Jones.
That isn't true. They have
the
kid from Florida State.
Yeah.
Jordan Brooks, is that his name?
No, it's Travis. Jordan Travis.
Thank you. Yeah, they also have him.
Who they were
rushed back
from his ankle injury in the preseason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they tried to get him to rehabilitate faster, which was an absolute dumb idea. You had Aaron Rodgers, leave him on the bench, let him heal up, you'll be fine.
You got a couple.
Bring him in whenever Aaron Rodgers is no good.
Messages What's up, in chat there. You should hit up. We got Maxwell saying some stuff. Flock. Derpy's got a couple of things. Why you got 10 minutes left? Just do a couple.
Yeah, absolutely, Maxwell. So we were actually talking about Davante Adams a little bit. He asked, where do we think Davante Adams will go? Personally, if I was to take just a shot in the dark, I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers. I think that's going to be the best option for him. Wide receiver ready playoff ready team that needs a wide receiver who is a presence. Not only would Davante Adams upgrade the room, but he would teach the room.
Yeah,
I think it's just a solid ad for me.
Yep. So it's not going to be the Niners. They're in cap hell.
How about the Raiders? No, I'm just kidding.
He's not going back to the Raiders.
He's going to the Raiders, or Darnold goes to the Raiders or the Titans.
Okay.
Back to I don't think he's going to go to the Titans. He's not going to go to the Titans. I could see.
So Sam Darnold.
Oh, Sam Darnold. Yeah. That's my. I think he's going to go. I think he's a Raider next year.
Yeah.
But Davante Adams.
Yeah. Give me your hot take.
The Ravens are going to make a push for him.
The Ravens could make a push. That is a good call. I could see the Ravens making a push for it. My hot take for the Titans is I think Aaron Rodgers goes to the Titans. I just have a feeling in my soul that is where he plays, and he actually will be somehow decent. Like somehow they will be decent. They'll end up, 10-8 or whatever. You know what I mean? They'll actually be half not bad. They won't make the playoffs. Maybe they will, but they'll get knocked out. It'll be a great story.
It would be.
You know what I mean? I have a feeling that that's the way it'll
Titans
go.
for Aaron Rodgers, huh?
Flock wants to know if we think that Adams would follow Rodgers. I absolutely do not think so. I think that experiment's over.
I think that, that's done.
They had fun. They played together on the Jets for a couple games.
Because Aaron Rodgers isn't going to necessarily go to a winning team now.
No, unless he goes, like you said, if he goes to the Vikings, bro, if Aaron Rodgers goes to the Vikings and convinces Davante Adams to go to the Vikings with them, and they Davante Adams, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, and they say, screw it, we'll just draft a running back and not pay one.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah, bruh.
I think Cam Akers might still be. When you did your 30 for 30 or 32 for 32, did you happen to see if Cam Akers is still under contract?
No, he's scheduled to be a free agent.
He's scheduled to be a free agent. Well, yeah. So just draft running backs and go with a power pass offense. That would be crazy.
Yeah,
it'd be cool to watch, Flock. I bet you your offense would be awesome to watch. Maxwell, what's up, Brady? What's up, man?
To say the least.
He says that he thinks the Titans draft Carter for the first pick and draft Dart in the second round. Okay. Braden, I could see that, and then maybe bringing Aaron Rodgers in, because if you have Jackson Dart sitting behind Aaron Rodgers, whenever Aaron Rodgers makes you disappointed, you just throw Jackson Dart in there and see what he's got, man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Will Levis is not the guy.
He's still under contract, but I wouldn't be surprised if they use him as a cheap trade up, like somewhere late in the draft, like in the fourth round, they want to move up in the fourth, and they trade Will Levis plus a 6th-round pick to move up in the fourth or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could see that happening.
Will Levis ain't the guy.
No, Will Levis is garbage, dude. He needs to go put mayonnaise in his coffee and leave it alone.
Right.
Red says he still believes in Will Levis. You're the only one, Red. You are the only one in the Will Levis.
That because they're in the same division as the Colts.
Oh yeah, and he wants them to start. No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Maxwell says it's reported that the Giants are likely to trade with the Titans for the first pick. How do you feel about that? Do you think that the?
Can you re-say the?
Oh yeah, the Giants are likely to trade up from 3 to 1 to go in front of the Browns.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he's saying. The reports are. What do you feel about that? Which quarterback would they take in that instance? Do you think it would be Cam Ward? Do you think it would be Shador? I think it would be Cam.
I think it would be Cam Ward.
What do you think, Maxwell? Do you think?
I think yeah.
Chat, let me know this. Here's a question for chat, and Ben, I'll have you answer after too. I'll give mine as well. Who does everyone think deserves to be the number 1 pick, regardless of the team? Who is the best player in the draft? Is it Abdul Carter? Is it Travis Hunter? Is it one of those 2 quarterbacks? Is it? I know it's not, but is it Genty? Like, who is the number 1 guy in this draft who everyone thinks, hey, no matter who drafts him, what team he goes on, this guy is going to be great. He is an absolute talent. Who is the player? Chat, let me know who you think it is. Maxwell says Carter or Hunter. I think he's on the right page.
Yeah, for me, it's Hunter.
It's Hunter for you because he can do everything. He's utility.
Yeah, he can play corner. He can play wide receiver.
For
me, it would be Hunter.
I could see that, and I'll tell you this. I think that everyone has fallen a little bit blind to the whole Tavon. I feel like he's Tavon Austin, but just reverse his positioning. He's more defense than he ever. Tavon Austin didn't play defense, but I think that's like as good as he'll be. Travis Hunter as well. Okay. So we got a good bit of Travis Hunters.
And then Shy Collector has got a Carter vote, though.
A Carter? Okay. I personally think it's going to be Abdul Carter.
Carter's a dog.
I think it's going to be Abdul Carter.
He's an absolute dog. He's going to go 2nd or 3rd.
Shy Collector says Carter as well. I like Flock's take here just because of this dude said some wild stuff today. Tyler Booker. I think it's Tyler, isn't it? Yeah, Tyler Booker from Alabama. He's a guard. He said some ridiculous stuff today, like, I want to make people bleed or something like that. And it just sounded like he's got that dog
coming in hot like Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
Bite your kneecaps.
Yeah, so I like that. Red says Eric Fisher. I hate you, Red. He was probably the worst ever number 1 overall pick, other than like Leaf.
Who?
Eric Fisher. He was a number 1 pick by the Chiefs back in the day at left guard. He absolutely flunked out.
Yeah, I remember that. That was bad.
Yeah. Who takes a left tackle as the first pick? That's crazy.
So.
Terry says the Michigan DT, in his opinion, is the best, but he thinks that Abdul Carter will go number 1. I can kind of see that, no lie.
Yeah,
I think Abdul Carter is the number 1 pick if it stays with the Titans.
You think so?
I think there's I just don't see them having a reason to be really going too hard on Travis Hunter unless they have a quarterback to throw him the ball / play him at cornerback.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
But I mean, he's Travis Hunter is the most dynamic player in this draft, I think.
He is. He is. I don't know. For me, he's the most dynamic, most athletic. I think the player who has the best career, though, is going to be Abdul Carter. I think he's going to be Micah Parsons. I just think he's Micah Parsons.
I think he's going to be better than Micah Parsons.
Think about every time you've had a Penn State defensive end or rushing linebacker that people were saying he's really good come out. They've always been really good. Yeah. So, yeah, I think it's going to be personally. I think it's going to be Abdul Carter. That is where I'm going. Red, I wanted to let you know personally that you're going to be seeing the Colts coming out this week. And I see that we have a new user watching us today, Shy Collector. The Bears, I believe, is dropping tomorrow.
I believe so, yes.
I think on our 32 for 32 series tomorrow, you're going to see the Chicago Bears covered by Benny Boy himself.
I think it's actually Bears.
Oh, come on, you're going to be all right.
So, Shy Collector.
Yeah, it should be, yeah. Yeah, that's absolutely right. We're going to hit both of you at home right there. It's going to be Bears and then Colts back-to-back. So make sure you're following. Make sure you look forward to that, guys. Ben, what else did you have for me today? Did you have anything that you think I forgot about? I did want to mention that Jamal Williams also got cut today. Our boy Jamal, who's a great character. I don't think his NFL career is going to be continuing, though. 2 years ago, he was the number one rushing TD guy, and now
he had almost 20 touchdowns.
Yeah, and now he doesn't even play.
But that was with the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, was that with
it was with the Lions. Yes, you're right.
Yeah. And then he went to the Saints. And
absolutely. Sat behind Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, it was not like the change of pace back he was up in Detroit.
You think his career is over? I do. Chat, what do you think?
Pretty much.
Sanborn got cut today as well. No way, Shy. Okay. Do you know who that is? Sanborn, he's a middle linebacker. Yeah.
Wasn't he at Denver?
No, Bears.
Bears.
I would like to get him. I'm not going to lie. I think he's a decent talent. He's a good tackler. He's a good tackler. Not the greatest at anything else.
Steelers are good for signing washed-up linebackers.
You're absolutely right. I think we're kind of good at linebacker at this exact moment. If I was the Pittsburgh Steelers,
I think we're okay at linebacker. I like Patrick Queen. He had some terrible moments last year, but also had some good ones. So I just
give me a cornerback, give me a wide receiver, give me a fresh running back in the 4th round. I'll be happy and sign Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Red says he wants Braden. I think Braden. Yeah, he wants Smith cut immediately. And no. Sour Patch, what's up? Thank you for the heart me. I appreciate you, girl. I think that EJ Speed returns to your team, Red. I'm not going to give away any more because I don't want you to know everything in my 32 for 32. But EJ Speed's staying in a Colts uniform. I promise you that. Shy says, I think you guys have an issue with Justin not wanting to sign the contract. What do you think about that, Ben? You think Justin doesn't want to come back here? He wants to explore his options?
He's every time I see something about Justin Fields, it's like he's always posting something Steeler related.
Yeah.
So like I think to me that shows that he wants to be here.
Okay.
So I mean it's just
I'm 50-50 on that. I could see it, Shy Collector. I could see that he would want to at least see what was out there before he officially made a decision to come back to the Steelers, who historically haven't made the whole, like, we're just going to give it all to you. Here's the keys to the city. You're going to run the team to new quarterbacks.
Derpy says Darius Slayton ? To the Steelers.
Yeah, Derpy, we were talking about that at the top of the cast here today. I do not want him in any way, shape, or form. We said we don't want to fill a hole with another hole. Darius Slay, too old, too leaky in coverage. You don't want him, right, Ben?
I think he said Slayton. Did you say Slayton?
Oh, I thought he was Darius Slay.
Yeah, he's talking about the wide receiver, Slay Jones. Slayton. Who the Steelers were targeting him as a trade.
Yeah, I don't
before the deadline.
I don't want him, Derpy. I would want to go with a better wide receiver. Signing him kind of just sounds like signing Van Jefferson over again.
I think he's an upgrade over Van Jefferson, in my opinion. So I wouldn't be necessarily mad about it for a 1-year deal.
He may. No, I don't want him.
I wouldn't hate it. Wouldn't hate it.
You're right. He's an upgrade over Van Jefferson, but I don't want the Pittsburgh Steelers to play lame ducks. Go get somebody, play them in the damn position, and throw them the. I'm gonna crash out. Throw them the football.
We know how the Steelers operate here.
They're not going to.
They're gonna sign him to a 1-year deal and hope for the best, man.
Yeah, I know. But still,
and you know what? I'm gonna take back my Aaron Rodgers of the Vikings. We're not gonna sign Justin Fields. The Jets are going to steal him. Russ is going to go somewhere else. We're going to be stuck with Aaron Rodgers for a season. Watch.
I think here's mine because I didn't give mine here. I know we're getting to the half an hour mark here.
I'm going to be so pessimistic about this year for the
Steelers. I know producer Paul is going to yell at me, but I think the following players go to the following places. I have Justin Fields coming back to the Steelers or potentially going to the Colts. I have the Jets not taking any free agent quarterback and going with a rookie plus Tyrod Taylor. I have Daniel Jones, Steelers, somehow. That's my hot one. I have Russell Wilson on the Raiders.
Kill me.
Yeah.
Kill me now.
That's kind of what I'm feeling. Sam Darnold's going to go back to the Vikings, I think, guys. I think that Najee Harris will follow.
I think regardless, it's going to be a bad year for the Steelers.
I think it's going to be a bad year for the Steelers. It's going to be an awkward year for the NFL. My hottest of takes as we leave today, guys. I think Davante Adams is, other than Green Bay, if he goes to the AFC, the team he will play for is the Denver Broncos. That's my take on that. Guys, let us know in the comments of the 32 for 32s. What do you think of our different respective teams that we've covered so far? Make sure you look for your team to come forward. It should be coming soon. Tomorrow you've got the Chicago Bears. The following day we're going to have the Colts, and we'll move forward through the AFC South. Then Ben will take back over, and he's going to cover the NFC South. So make sure you're paying attention for that. I thank you guys for being in chat today. Sorry that we're cutting it short. We'll be back to our full hour during the regular season portion, but throughout the offseason, we're going to do these half an hour here. We'll see you on Saturday. Until then, peace out, guys.